What's up, boys? Back out here. I think I'm just gonna pull the engine. I just want to get it out and at least pressure wash all this. I think I'm gonna leave a lot of it in there and just like degrease it and pressure wash it around because I'm not gonna paint it. It's the plan. If you've been following me for a while, you guys know how it is. That was supposed to just be upgraded turbos, and everything on there has been touched now. So the plan is to get this harness out the way. I've been kind of working on it a little bit this morning. It looks like it's just connected there. All this will go with it. Disconnect this zip tie, get this sit over here, pull this AC off the bracket, leave all the lines hooked up so I don't have to drain it. Disconnect the radiator, drain that, and oil cooler. And then pull this whole block out the way it is right here. Then I can roll this out and just pressure wash all this down. And I've been looking, well, Roberto actually. I was looking for wiring harnesses and they were like crazy priced. But I mean, if you guys need a wire harness, hit up Roberto. He's got the hookup on him. I think I'm just gonna get all new wiring harness for this because it's like 700 bucks for everything. It's gonna be long and tedious and just start chasing these wires. Like I said, this is already all unplugged. I did that in the last video. It's just connected everywhere. So like I said, I just want to get it over here. I'll bring you guys back when I start messing with that AC. So I just want to bring you guys back real quick just to show you this. The battery's in the trunk, and it was like that when I got this car. And I knew this was kind of scabbed together, but not like this bad. This is just like speaker wire, electrical tape together, and then grounded there on the body. And then one goes all the way back to the trunk. Like, I don't know how this thing hasn't burnt down to the ground, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, this is just held on with electrical tape and zip ties. That's how they're grounding it. This is like kind of insane that it hasn't had electrical fire. So this goes to the trunk. Alright. Where did that go? Oh my god, look how lucky that was. That just fell off of there. That was crimped real good. These are all grounds. Alright, I gotta get this fuse box out the way. Oh, there we go. This body ground off. All this stuff over here I can wash with like a paintbrush. I just want to get down in like the firewall and down these crevices real good with the pressure washer. I love when like people use the wrong colors. Like they used red for all the grounds and they used blue for all the powers or all the positives, whatever proper name you want me to use. Before I do this AC condenser, I gotta see if I can disconnect the oil cooler over here. Because if not, I'm gonna take off all these hard lines, which I might have to anyways to get the engine out because they go this way. I don't know, I was gonna pop this, let's do it anyways. I was gonna pop this wheel well liner out and see how hard it is to get this oil cooler. I should just pull this whole bumper off too. Okay, well I took this wheel liner out. I was hoping that the oil cooler like separated like right here and leave all these hard lines connected to the engine. But I'm gonna have to chase all these. So let's just get this bracket and AC out of the way. I don't know how much I'll be able to record. It's just like a normal AC bracket. It looks like there's 4 bolts, 2 up top, 2 down below. Horrible. Horrible. It's out. It only moved down about 3 inches, but that's the 3 inches that I needed to get that nut to get this bracket out my way. Dude, this car is so compact. That bottom front one, you can't get anywhere. Like, unless you would drop the subframe. So, well, you can, but like you're getting like a hair of a turn. It's a pain. All right, let's get this bracket out, and then I think disconnect the oil cooler, and we're at, oh, coolant. I keep forgetting about the coolant mess I have to make. That, you know, I just love playing in coolant. I didn't catch it on the camera, but the bracket's out of there. It's been hours. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. All of these, besides stuff just right up at the top, you're in there with like a ratchet wrench, just doing like a click at a time. Let's go ahead and get all these AC bolts in this bracket so I don't lose them. Let's put all this back so we don't lose it. Oh, and they didn't have the bottom one on, the bottom nut on this like timing cover thing right here. I don't know if you guys can see or not. Right there, they didn't have that nut on there, which I'm not even upset about because that would have been another hour to try to get that out of there. And you can't get it from the bottom. I've done that like 10 times. Like, oh, maybe it will be easier from the bottom. I go down there, you can't get to it. Man, we are almost there, boys. Banjo bolt, banjo bolt. You see that banjo bolt right there? And then disconnect that, because that's the oil cooler. And then you got a banjo bolt, the same exact thing on the other part of your housing, your oil filter housing. Right there. Take that off, and then all these lines will stay with the car. I just need to get them out of the way. It definitely probably would have been easier to drop the subframe, but I didn't want to have to disconnect the steering column and the brake lines. It's just a toss-up on which way you think's easier with all these cars. I think coming out the top on this one will be easier. I think going through the subframe on the VR4 is easier. And I know a lot of people just drop the subframe on this, but like I said, I wanted this to still be a roller, so I gotta have the subframe in. I should probably drain the oil first. I actually want to grab a little bit of this oil, because it is like a brand new engine. It smells like there's a little bit of gas in there. It's a rotary, so I don't really know if you'll see shiny too much in the oil. I mean, except for unless it was bearing material. No metal, like at all. So that's good. But you can go around and look in these exhaust housings and see that it's all like brand new Apex seals. Oh, another thing is that the other day I noticed this is ported. I'll show you guys when I pull it out. You can see like cut marks on the intake housings, or on the housings on the intake. I don't know what they're called. Like right there and there. You can see that it's been all cut out, and it's way bigger than even what I've looked up and looked at them. These are way bigger intake ports. I think that's what they're called, ports. Okay, I brought you guys back because this is another ridiculous thing. The crush washers are supposed to be like 10 foot-pounds. What the fuck? I look up the appropriate torque when I put it back together, but any crush washer I've ever dealt with, like banjo bolt, it's like 10 foot-pounds. So I had to do the double wrench method. How insane is that? Like I said, we got one more up here. At least that one wasn't freaking on there. 200 foot-pounds. Okay, coolant. Shouldn't come out too fast. I got everything else closed, I think. And that coolant's gonna look like shit in the bucket because there's oil at the bottom of it. But the coolant looks good. All right, let's go up top, open up this cap. Damn, dude, even this reservoir looks good. Look, here's the double clamp again. This is how they had all the radiator clamps. It was leaking out of this one and the bottom one down there. I must not have noticed that. Double clamp usually just makes it leak out the top. All right, I'm just gonna take radiator hoses off. I'll bring you back and start pulling this thing up. Oh, and I gotta do the engine mounts. I'll bring you back for that. All right, guys. Everything's unhooked, except for these mounts that I just realized are solid. There is no front engine mount on this. I don't know if they're supposed to be. I've never pulled a rotary out. It's just these two rear. Now, I'm not gonna be able to get to this one in the car, I don't think. So I think my best bet is to just take this one loose, then bust this one loose up top once I got the cherry picker hooked up to it. It's gonna wanna fall forward without these mounts on. At least it won't crush nothing, I don't think. It'd rest right on that lip of that front oil pan. I just definitely don't want it to hit that centric shaft or that crank, whatever you want to call it. All right, let me bust this loose and see how much it goes forward. Yeah, this is all standard too. I thought it was a 17 and a 14, and it's not. This one's 11/16. I guess let's just put that on there. I hope this thing does not go falling forward. It's almost like I need to put a strap on it. I want to just bust them loose, and hopefully the bolts themselves will stop it from rotating too much. I'll hook the cherry picker up, and then I can just come down once I got tension on the cherry picker and get these off of my hand. That's the plan. It just fell forward. How much though? What's it hitting? Is it resting on anything? Nope, it's not resting on anything. So, this is the only hook that was on this when I got it. So I think I'm just gonna put a bolt through one of the transmission things. because I was just gonna pick it up by there, but it's not gonna work. We'll go from here to there with a chain. I kind of just hooked this there so it can't slide on me. And it's got it just a little bit, it's got it right in front of the front housing, like right in the middle of the front housing. So I still got all that stuff on up the front. I think that'd be like the middle. What's that thing gonna spin? If it spins and falls off, I'm kind of fucked. Dude, I think that's it, man. Yeah, I'm coming out of that one. This is gonna be a real pain in the ass. Ooh, that was a scary noise. There we go. Motor mounts are disconnected. Well, of course it's gonna start spinning like a fucking retard. Whew, I'm so excited she's out. I'll show you these ports. These things are massive. At least it looks like them from what I can see just Googling pictures. Again, I've never worked on a rotary. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but you can definitely see that it's been cut. Yeah, even the housing, like the side port or whatever you call it, it's bigger. Because you can see that there's a step right there, and then it gets really big again. I wonder if it's bridge ported. I never heard like blap anywhere. And it's hard to tell if the exhaust has been ported or not. I wonder if that step's supposed to be there though. These things have just interested me forever. Just Doritos in there spinning at freaking 10,000 RPM. Sick. I wonder how many people don't have this cover anymore. That's sick. I love this. Yeah, like it's gonna be hard for me to show up on camera. Maybe I'll take a picture with my phone and show you. But you can definitely tell that this has been like with a Dremel or something. Is there a bridge in there? I don't know what a bridge would feel like. I don't know the best way to put this on a stand. I see most people hooking it to like right here, but I don't want to do that because I want to be able to look in here. All right, let me try to figure out where to hook this stand up to. I'll bring you guys right back. I really want it back here. Maybe I can go to these transmission holes. All right. It's for real been a few hours. Just sitting here trying to find bolts and nuts and stuff that I have laying around. This is gonna have to work for right now. I hate it, and it's not gonna stay like this. Honestly, I have it up off the ground. I just put this stand on there in case this leaks down overnight. But right now I have it in the irons, right above both the intake ports. And I only have one in down here by the oil pan on this iron. I don't have anything in aluminum. These are studs that actually I steal from the 3000 GT. And this is one of the AC compressor bolts. So that was long enough once I put a couple nuts on there. But like I said, there's no pressure on it. I just don't, it's not even either. So that's the biggest thing. Like these are way in. These are like a 1/4 inch in compared to these. I guess I could have put more washers on there to bring it out. But I still just don't like, look, it's just that little baby. I have to like go and get bolts, which I'm not gonna be able to get tonight, that are long enough to do this. All I got is one that'll fit the transmission. I don't have anything else this thread pitch and this length. All the other transmission bolts are short. This is just the one long one for the starter. Well, at least if it drops, it'll be safe. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this one, boys. Next video, I plan on pushing this out, degreasing all this, and clean this all up. This is disgusting in here. I want this thing looking brand new. I just seen all that shit. Damn it. This whole time I've been sitting here looking, I'm like, it's not really chipped too bad anywhere. I don't think I'm gonna have to paint it. Look at all this. All right, that's gonna be the end of this one, boys. See you in the next one. Please talk me out of painting this engine bay for no damn reason. See ya.